Hello and welcome to Chosen Game Studio. Now, despite the name, I'm not actually a studio. Yet. I would love to become a studio one day, but at the moment it's just my 17-year-old self. But a little about myself. So, I'm a self-taught software engineer. And... Wait. Oh, wait, no I'm not. No, I'm a 17-year-old kid that is just not really outspoken, but I wouldn't say shy. Okay, maybe a little, but that's also what this is for, to help me break out of my shell. Anyway, I love video games. I've been playing games since I was like 10 or something, but my first console was a PS2. Well, technically it was like a Leapfrog, whatever. Like, you know that little system? Yeah. But my first real console was a PS2, and I loved it. I played all the Call of Duties on that system, from Big Red 1 to Finest Hours. I mean, to you name it. I mean, I had it. And I got my first M-rated game on the PS2. I don't remember the name. I think it might have been called Conflict. I mean, it sounds right. I don't remember, but I do remember it was a Vietnam game. I heard my first curse word. I said my first curse word. My parents weren't too happy I said my first curse word, and I lost the game. But that was just an introduction to the games I have played. You see, I got my Xbox 360 years after my friends had theirs, and I mean, I played by myself so much because I didn't have Xbox Live for another couple years. But I still played games a lot. Once I got Live, though, it was a whole different perspective of gaming. I'm not going to list the amount of games I had, and partly because I don't remember all of them. I had way too many. But many people in my life that I no longer see introduced me to different kind of games. I can remember this one person who introduced me to Gears of War and Batman Arkham City. I mean, to this day, they are still one of my favorite games. But anyway, back on track. I love games. A lot. Games have basically taken over my life. Not in an extreme way, but I have definitely started playing games way more than I did when I was 10 or 12. But where does this being a game dev come into all of this? Well, when I was introduced to games and began enjoying them immensely, I wanted to become a game developer. But I was like 10, so I didn't know how the headache of creating games. And I also didn't know how to get started. I mean, I didn't have a PC back then either, so that was just another drawback. And so I forgot about it for years. When I entered high school in 9th grade, my teachers were informing us that we need to start thinking of what we wanted to do when we grew up. And my school is all about doctors, engineers, mechanics, teachers, athletes, and I'm thinking, I don't want to do any of that. And I think back to when I was 10 and wanted to make games. I went home that day and I did research on game development. And by this time I had a computer. But soon, soon this computer would be worthless because of all the viruses it would have acquired, and, well, I would need to get a new one, which is the one I have now. But anyways, after doing research, I think back and I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to do. Because I have a religious background, so I prayed to God if this is what I'm intended to do, and came to the conclusion that it was. So since 9th grade, I have tried to get into coding and all this stuff with it. And starting in 9th grade, you'd think I'd be decent at it, but you would be wrong, I'm not. And there's a reason. The reason is that I was trying to learn everything. And by everything, I mean everything. From coding, to the art, to modeling, level design. I even wrote a lot. And so, for a year and a half, I went back and forth, not focusing on one thing specifically, and just dabbled in one thing after another, never really learning anything. And, I mean, well, about a year ago, I realized this, and I stopped doing it. I stopped doing it because, well, I couldn't focus on one thing. During that year and a half, I kept taking long breaks from all of it because I was just overwhelmed, and it was just getting nowhere. So I quit doing everything from coding to the modeling for months. But then I realized what I was doing wrong, and I tried to focus in one area, coding. But I still write on the side because I enjoy writing a lot. It's soothing, it's calming, it calms my nerves, I enjoy it. I love creating worlds. But anyway, that's not what this is about. I still kept taking short breaks in between because I hate not being able to do something. And when I went online, I would see people do things way better than I do. And it was discouraging, it was. But I kept going because I knew one day I could do it. And thus I created this channel to push me to stay diligent and not procrastinate because, well, I love procrastinating. Now, the plans I have for this channel, I created this channel to grow with me, to grow my career of being a game dev. I have very minimal knowledge of programming, but hope to improve throughout this channel's life. I also felt that having support would help my chances in succeeding. And I know that there are other communities out there, but I wanted my own. I wanted my own community who would help. I wanted a community that would help and support not just me, but everyone else around them. What I have planned for the channel so far are videos of me trying to make things work in Unity through code and all those sorts. And just to get better with the engine. I have used Unity for a good amount of time now. I'm no professional though, but I hope to improve in that department also. And like I said earlier, I'm not good at coding. Like I'm trash. Buns. Embarrassingly awful. Indescribably, well, you get the point. I'm not good. But if anyone is similar to myself and they want to see and grow with someone who isn't already fantastic at coding, to which they would get discouraged and frankly quit, this is what I made the channel for. Now, I don't expect tutorials ever. I'm starting from the beginning. I don't have a clue what I'm going to be doing. But I hope to improve, and I hope that this is like... Think of a live service game, alright? Everyone hates it, right? But this isn't a game. This is a channel. So think of me improving over time. And the journey that we could go together, or do together, what we could do together is so much more than I can actually comprehend right now. But you're thinking to yourself probably, why would we want to watch hour-long videos or so of you just sitting there going, That's not how the videos are going to be placed out. You see, I'm not going to have stagnant, is that the right word? Static videos. I'm not going to have static videos. I'm going to cut the boring parts out. Parts that don't matter. Because I don't want to watch that. No one does. I mean, it's not entertaining to watch. It's not helpful. But what I'm going to leave in is progression I make. Walking y'all through of what I did. Talking to y'all just to calm my nerves or something. Just to distract myself, or even just to tell you the game plan. I don't know, like what we're going to do this video or whatever. And what I want out of this channel is to grow in my personality. I want to improve in my skills. I want to meet new people, start a community, do all kinds of stuff that, like I said, frankly, I don't know yet. I haven't figured out. But this is just the first step to something that I'm excited for, and excited to see where this something goes. So, there it is, the introduction to my channel. I hope I enticed you to stay around and see if you like it. I don't have a schedule yet on when I'm going to post, but I'm hoping to try once a week after this video. But we'll have to see, because I'm still in school, so yeah, I got to focus on that first. I'm not sure when the next video will be. I'm aiming for next week or the week after is what I'm planning on. Now the next video will be the actual start, not like an introduction though. So until then, stay safe and join the Chosen. Is that a good outro? I didn't plan on doing that, but it felt good. Also, I like the name, The Chosen. Anyway, I'll see you next time.